Hello, Georgiana. This is your pastor. I'm coming to you from a remote location this afternoon. Actually, I scheduled a lunch meeting for today, and doggone it, I'm so lonely that I just kept it. So I'm in the parking lot of Sonny's, and I want to just shout out thank you, McNabbs, for all you're doing for our community. We're just blessed to have you. Before I have my Skype FaceTime lunch meeting with another pastor, I thought I'd share with you just what's going on in my life. I figured if Jerry Brooks could do this and be famous, then I could do it too, right? I mean, nothing comforts anybody like a good brisket sandwich and lemonade. So that's what I'm doing today. Honestly, it's been hard for me. I don't know how you introverts do it. Quite honestly, I'm just going crazy. I'm really lonely. So I felt like today was a great day for me to get out in the world, to have lunch, have a great sandwich, and to give myself a pep talk. Just remind myself that I can do this. We can get over this. We can get past this. We're doing great. Everything is good. You should feel really good about your church and about our community, and all the good things are happening. I mean, I want to give a shout out to the Eubanks in our church and Carroll Distributing. They gave out hundreds and hundreds of Easter meals. Chris Rodriguez and I gave out some of them at Cambridge. It was awesome. And then the following day, on Sunday, it was incredible. The Barfields, Jim and Darlene and their company, Luke and Associates, partnered with Time Out Grill and Cocoa Village, and they gave out 1,400 meals. And literally, there are people in our church that are making a difference right and left. I had literally a miracle happen in my office on Friday, where somebody came by and dropped off an envelope that was their vacation money. Literally, they couldn't go on vacation, so they came up and brought it to the church for us to share and to give to people and to help them, help people in need. So I tell you that things are happening all the way, all around us, and super exciting. I wanted to also share with you that I had a situation. What was it? Last week. So when I leave the office, I've been doing prayer driving. So I pray for you while I drive. But I have been pulling addresses in Merritt Island, and I did some in Rockledge, and I just go and I go down your street and I pray for you and your family. And so the other day I'm in South Merritt Estates, and I pulled onto a street and I'm praying, and the next thing you know, there's a sheriff's deputy behind me, and his lights are on, and he gets out and he asks me to roll down the window, and he says, what are you doing here? And I said, well, this is going to sound really creepy, but I'm just praying for my neighbors and praying for people from our church that live on this street. And he goes, seriously? And then I had to break out, and I had to show him my badge, and I had to say, listen, we're good, man. We're all good. And so apparently nothing looks creepier than a bald-headed fat man sitting in your neighborhood with his eyes closed praying for people. So I'm having to be a little more careful about that. I wanted to share a word with you today from the Bible, because I think that's what's anchoring all of us. So the word today comes from 2 Corinthians 4. It begins in verse 7. You've heard me preach this a few times in the last month. It says, but we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that this all-surpassing power is from God and not from us. We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. I know that there's a lot of us that are feeling just the pressure on all sides. And I want to remind you as your pastor that we're not abandoned. God has not given up on us. God is still with us in the midst of all of this. And I see it happening every day through our people, and I see it happening through the things that happened on Friday. We're so proud of our church, and I just want you to be encouraged and to know that there's not a day that goes by that I'm not thinking of you, literally thinking of you a lot. So I spend a lot of time praying. So I don't know if I'm talking to myself or God and I are just having better conversations. So this is what's happening in your church and around you. I want to give a shout out for Sunday. Sunday service is going to be amazing. The sermon's going to be incredible. And I tell you that because I'm not preaching it. So we're excited about Nathan's going to preach this Sunday. Super intentional on our part. We want Nathan to get a chance to be with his kids, and for his kids to get a chance to see him on Sunday. So we're excited about the sermon series that we're starting called Overcomers. So I hope you'll join us. Again, know that you're loved. Know that I'm driving around Brevard praying for you. Know that I'm super lonely in my office, but we're going to get through this. And last thing is this. Did you know that there are hundreds and hundreds of books to help introverts cope with living life in this world. Hundreds. There are almost no books for extroverts in how to live in a season of isolation. It's like they think we're on a party all the time. So, listen, I love you. I love the Lord. I love what happened this past Sunday. We're just so blessed. So I'll catch up with you next week. So I've got a brisket sandwich to finish. Love you guys. Bye.